One of the most common criticisms of modern media, especially from right-wingers and grifters since at least the 2000s, is that it's slop. Obviously, it's unfair and not true. If you don't try so hard to look for cliches or banality, you'll find that media now isn't generic, it's dull. How is what this essay will analyze and discuss, along with a bit about why it is the case. While it's been happening since the 2000s, the media we currently consume uses cliches noticeably more, even more so than the 80s mostly. Generic lines, overused idioms and line structures and general cliches come in large amounts total in almost everything, and that includes musical ideas. If a line or something is obvious, it will more than likely be used. If something is safe, it will likely be used to avoid pushback. If it works, it will be used. Even if something original works just as well, it's not even like changing something once is that hard. Given that people often push others to use the obvious or safe, it's safe to say that pressure and cowardice are both part of why this is a situation in media now. Also, the three cases I'm talking about pop up a lot inside otherwise original ideas, wherever they can fit it in, making things even less original. All of them add up to, if you will, originality levels of the 30s, making for a pretty edgeless experience. If you need advice, stop giving in so much to pressure and being a coward. It'll make you and your work better in the long run. It will last longer in people's minds, at least. Besides that, though, this is why it's happening. Otherwise, 1. The push from others to do the obvious instead of trying to do something more creative in the name of Occam's razor, even though that's not what it is. It's to resort to the thing with the least assumptions, not the simplest. You'd have to deny a lot of physics and things like that to follow that idea of it consistently. 2. There are too many people trying to make media, basically, in an effort to try to be nonconformist instead of, in this case, trying to create a comfortable general public to fit in with, along with even more people wanting to create media than even in the 2000s, no matter the originally, let alone talent. Millions upon millions upon millions of people are out there creating, or trying to create, media, and the result is more dullness than ever. The slop thing isn't really different than the 2000s, honestly. 3. And finally, the pressure to pander and cater even more to your audience than ever in a misguided attempt to make people comfortable and distressed and feel wholesome when discomfort and stress and distaste are all normal. People use cliches more as part of their ideas, or cliches themselves and other things that are irrelevant here, to make sure of that result, even if it results in less approval from certain audiences. The result is a lose-lose situation. You please less people and make worse art. If, again, you need advice, learn to understand that pandering isn't actually approved of by that many people, and that originality makes you more likely to have a win-win, and at least make the stress, distaste and gross out relatable. Honestly, this state isn't all that different from the 1950s, or even much of the 1960s, and the other similarities to those two decades I might get into in later essays. Besides that, though, people seriously need to put more effort into being original, even if they need that security that badly. You don't want to remind people of the widely known worst decade in modern history, do you?